Why me? Why my life got to be so rough? You see the smile, you see the car, you see the pretty clothes, you see the glitter, see the fame, see the pinnacle. Outside are the best me a put. They put her shoes for me one front foot. Single mother till your day, yeah, yeah. Me feel like you're not strong today. Come save me. Oh, God, save me now. I'm just a little poor girl from Spanish Town. Yeah, behind the smile, you not see no frown. Me can't make me son see me cry. Single mother, yeah, you didn't know. Baby, me alone. I fi carry the burden for everybody. Save me, come save me. I'm drowning, I'm drowning. Come save me, come save me. Me stay strong for my codine. In the same water sister from me, but me can't give. Me have to make him learn him back to the lesson. Me have to make him steer far from pay consequences. Him know that I'm me alone. Can't depend upon the daddy, but the mother sure. Him ask when the daddy a come home. He say me no know son, ask him when you see him. Him busy out the road on the street. I'm just a single mother, me alone on the team. No matter how it's rough, me not go hide it from me. Single mother, where you day? Me alone can't take it. Agony, come save me. All the single mothers in this world, me know how it feel when your eyes in my ball till it burn. Me say you soon get your turn. So once you hold on firm, hold on firm. The bills of your back against the wall. Yeah. Come save me.
I love that tune now, ladies and gentlemen.
Why me?
It's the Angels called Single Mother.
Why my life
Cha-cha.
got to be.
Got a dope show for y'all today. Oh, got some tunes, man.
You see the smile, you see the car, you see the pretty clothes, you see the glitter, see the fame, see the pinnacle. Outside are the best me a put. They put her shoes for me one front foot. Single mother till your day, yeah, yeah. Me feel like you're not strong today. Come save me. Oh, God, save me now. I'm just a little poor girl from Spanish Town. Yeah, behind the smile, you not see no frown. Me can't make me son see me cry. Single mother, yeah, you didn't know. Why me? Me alone. I fi carry the burden for everybody. Save me, come save me. I'm drowning, I'm drowning. Come save me, come save me. Me stay strong for my codine. In the same water sister from me, but me can't give. Me have to make him learn him back to the lesson. Me have to make him steer far from pay consequences. Him know that I'm me alone. Can't depend upon the daddy, but the mother sure. Him ask when the daddy a come home. He say me no know son, ask him when you see him. Him busy out the road on the street. I'm just a single mother, me alone on the team. No matter how it's rough, me not go hide it from me.
Big tune, big tune.
Good day,
Rapper.
can't take it. Agony, come save me. All the single mothers in this world, me know how it feel when your eyes in my ball till it burn. Me say you soon get your turn. So once you hold on firm, hold hold on firm. The build of your back against the wall. Yeah. Come save me. Come save me. Come save me. Single mother, save me. Save me. Come save me.
Starting off like this, ladies and gentlemen. Loud to the Masterman crew right now in Miami. For Lauderdale fam, I appreciate y'all, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Save me.
Yeah, girl, you not get the chance to break my heart 2 times, although me love you. I really, really love you. God knows I me love you. Yeah, girl, you not get the chance to disrespect me 2 times. You not get the chance to commit at the crime, girl, me love you. Me love you till me heart so low. You and I was best of friends. I thought this journey will never end, but you betrayed. I me can't find you again. Man, even though me can't find your replacement, I and I hold on on the stick.
It's cargo.
Can make me feel like
Them same find it.
fun. Well, girl, I tell you, yeah, girl, you not get the chance to break my heart 2 times. I do me love you.
Yes, indeed. It's called 2 times, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 2 times rhythm. Most controversial rhythm in these streets right now.
Yeah, girl, you not get the chance to break my heart 2 times. I do me love you.
Yeah, man.
I really, really love you. God knows I me love you. Yeah, girl, you not get the chance to disrespect me 2 times. You not get the chance to commit at the crime, girl, me love you. Me love you till me heart so low. You and I was best of friends. I thought this journey will never end, but you betrayed. I me can't find you again. And even though me can't find your replacement, I and I hold on on the statement. Can make me feel uncontent. Well, girl, I tell you, yeah, girl, you not get the chance to break my heart 2 times. I do me love you, yeah. I really, really love you. Jah know I say me love you. Yes, girl, you not get the chance to diss me 2 times. You not get the chance to commit that the crime, girl, me love you. Oh, you can bring my heart to time. Even though they say my love you is.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this kind of love make a big bad brother. Oh me, oh me, oh my. Early love, I see you this morning looking good in your clothes and it hurt me up. See you with him. My heart full of love, same way. But me a talk it out, same way. I have one whole and for me pride and me purpose. Girl, you diss me for purpose, me nervous. You can break my heart 2 times, even though me love you till me blind.
Chano.
Me a want and for me purpose, me a man. Me love me so much, see you the real girl. Oh, you can break. You not get the chance to break my heart 2 times, do I me love you. Girl, even do I me love you. My love you kill me full, yes. Yeah, girl, you not get the chance to diss me 2 times. You not get the chance to commit certain crime, do I me love you. Baby, you break me, girl, you break me. Me have to pick up myself by my scooter. Me and my friend, yeah. Then girl, you break me, yeah. Then girl, you tear me apart.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chicago. It's called 2 times. Dopest rhythm in the streets right now.
Love myself.
Got a convo coming your way.
Me love myself.
Got a distinguished
group
of folks that gotta have a convo with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming out for the Father's Day vibes.
Back to me purpose.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you can break me. You can break my heart totally. Oh no, me not give you the chance again. Although me love you. Oh, I will see you this morning. You're looking so appealing. When me I go and do me so.
This is Wayne on the same J code. Legal business, man. Bang, bang.
I me say this a protege, eh? Homegrown with G Cola, what you say, eh? We make them know what reggae music we a play, eh? Hey, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G Cole, you know. Check it. Ease out.
And we say them not got no style like we. G Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, no wild like we. Accurate. Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole. Keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's Goku. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome one and all. That is Homegrown with G Cole coming to the Massive and Crew live across the globe. Jamaicans.com. What's up, man? Your boy's been away. You know what I mean? Was under the weather for a little bit. And of course, wrapping up this album and all that good stuff. So just been away. You know what I mean? Away. But I'm back. And I'm starting off the right way right now. I want to shout out everybody listening in Radio Land, Rubber Ranks Radio, everybody, man, all the radio entities across the globe that support the program. Thank y'all for the love. I appreciate it. A happy belated Father's Day weekend to all the fathers out there. I had a dope one. I had a dope Father's Day weekend. Hung out with my little one. She's 25, but I don't care. She's not too tall, so she's still always going to be the little one. It is what it is. But I want to shout out everybody, all the pops out there. Everybody doing what they do. Fathers, grandfathers, uncles that played a role. You know them stepfathers. All stepfathers are there. Big up on yourself, you know. Big up yourself. Big brothers playing the roles. I'm going to say something right about now. The views of G Cole does not represent those of Jamaicans.com or my guests coming up. I'm going rogue. I seen y'all making some posts on social media talking about picking up the mamas that play the daddy role. I deleting all of them. I'm going through and I'm deleting all of them. Because when Mother's Day come, we don't take nothing from you. There's some daddies out here that's playing mommy's role too. We don't take none of that. We leave it to you. I'm going through Facebook. I'm deleting everything. You know what I mean? Give it one day. All right. Fathers get a little thing. You know what, girl? Mother's Day, the whole block is shut down. Father's Day, we got a half a shelf behind the bread, bro. You know what I mean? We get it behind the bread, not even the fluffy bread everybody love. We get it behind the whole wheat, whole grain, the one that don't sell, that nobody ain't buying. So if you want to move the bread, you're not see the Father's Day thing behind it. But guess what? I digress. We're taking our Father's Day back. You know what I mean? Happy Father's Day, fellas. All right? Do what you got to do. But again, I got a dope convo coming up. Dope convo coming up. All right, I'm speaking to some lovely folks today. It's Lorraine Tracy. All right, she's from the Legacy Learning Foundation. I got the dope Mr. Huntley Brown. Now, if y'all know about piano extraordinaire, you know what I mean? We're talking about Mr. Huntley Brown. All right, we got the vocals, the sultry vocals of Miss Joan Myers that's going to be joining us, all right? And, of course, the man that makes the drums talk to you all the time, Mr. Willie Stewart, OD. Put some respect on it. You know what I mean? We're going to be talking about a dope production coming up called Music for a King, saluting the fathers. You know I'm harping on this one because y'all know me giving the fathers what they're supposed to get. But I digress. All right? Don't see me in the parking lot. I want to bud me up. Well, I'll go on, Sir Rock. Lodge up. Kim Tubb, lodge up. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, Homegrown with G Cole is available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, Amazon Prime, Amazon Music. Wherever you're listening to podcasts, we're there. We'll listen to some great music. We talk to some great people. It's a new season. Yes, we do have some artists coming through, but it's a new season. Have some dope conversations. You know what I mean? Today's conversation is going to be phenomenal. All right. And we're rocking out up until the top of the hour. We're going to talk about some things, some places you need to be. Grab your father, grab grandfather, grab your brother, grab all the father's figures. You know what I mean? I all them. I carry them through because this is going to be amazing. You know what I mean? Baby fathers too. Sometimes they don't show baby father and love enough. Big up on yourself, baby fathers out there. You know what I mean? Large up on yourself. Everybody getting shouted out today. But here's the deal. Like I said, got a dope convo. Tell your friends to tell their friends this is the place to be. All right. Hit them up. Hit me up here at my G Cole on Facebook. Jamaicans.com on Facebook. My YouTube fam, you always say I forget about you. I didn't forget about you, man. I did no such thing. All right. But we got a conversation coming your way. Let's slide off into this one. It is Father's Day. This one is my father's song. It's from yours truly from the upcoming album. Now we're going to get this conversation started. Let's do this.
Happy Father's Day. That's all you'll quietly hear. No cards, no gifts. That's not to say that your family doesn't care. I don't know, yeah. How does it feel to see the whole world celebrated yet? On your day, it seems the whole thing gets deflated. Well, today you're not working and DJ stop searching for one tune to play, cause this is my father's song.
I'm just telling you, man, it's my father's song. Y'all tripping. Oh, yes, indeed.
I want to recognize, I hope you realize there's no way that I would be half the person I am without you. No. See, I'm a mama's boy, and the sweetest joy is my mama's voice. But she can't teach me to be a man, and that's all you. And I thank you. You spent all your life in that serving role. No thank yous and no daddy's home. How does it feel to see the whole world celebrated yet? On your day, it seems the whole thing is deflated. Well, today you're not working and DJ stop searching for one tune to play, cause this is my father's song. Oh, listen, I understand if you ain't got a father, if you didn't grow up with a father, it's okay. There's no indictment on you. But for those people who grew up with a father, got a father's love, do better. Do better. Do better. So put your wallet down, this round's on me. Let's celebrate like it's Mother's Day, and anything you want, just let me know. And every rule we're gonna break, we're buying things we couldn't cake, and from this day on, that's how we're gonna roll. How does it feel now that you finally celebrated? Yes, it's your day, it will never be deflated. Well, today you're not working and DJ stop searching for one tune to play, cause this is my father's song.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
again, happy belated Father's Day.
father's song.
Fathers, if I were you,
Yes,
just run out there and buy yourself
song. Oh, nah.
a red Aston Martin, something like that. Go midlife crisis on them. We're taking these streets back. Got a special conversation. Let me bring my guests forward.
Father, we love you. We love you.
Music for a king. Saluting fathers. All right, my good folks, ladies and gentlemen, I got some special guests. I got some special guests in the building. All right. Let me know if everybody can hear me, Mr. Willie. I can see you. I can see you, Mr. Willie. Miss Lorraine, I can see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, man. I can hear you, man. I can hear you.
Yes.
You're crystal clear.
Mr. Huntley.
Wagwan.
And is that the Honorable Lorraine?
Hello, Mr. Willie Stewart.
Well, I would never recognize you. Look like a new
I love your accent, man.
Yes. Keep it going.
Quite British.
Easy. I love it. Joe,
Yeah.
you know, when we talk like this, people think we're intelligent, so we got to keep it like this. You know what I mean? Just roll with the English accent.
And how are you then, Joe?
Continuing the stream.
How is everything, Joe?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Fine, man. Fine.
Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Huntley.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Cole.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you guys in. We're talking about something spectacular. You know, I've been harping on this whole Father's Day thing. So anytime I see folks doing, celebrating the father, we're revolting. Ladies with love, I think already. And make sure it's balance. It's three of us, the two of you. Okay, we straight. Because normally it's not that way. We're Music for a King. I love that. Lauren, I'm going to start with you. Talk to me a little bit about just that title, Music for a King.
I was listening to you in the monologue, right? And it was quite mesmerizing because we speak the same language. No, I am a girl. I am all woman. But I know that children are looking for superheroes. They're not looking for Miss America. They're looking for Captain America in a dad, right? And as I heard you talk about Mother's Day and Father's Day, it just warmed my heart because I'm like, finally, I'm meeting somebody who gets me,
Wow.
Somebody who understands that a woman can try 1,000 times over and will never be able to fill the shoes of a dad.
Wow.
You go to a concert. I'm a retired school principal. Children is my life. It's my passion, and I'll put on 100 shows and the moms will come. But when you see the dad walks into the show, you see the little eyes just looking, peering for the dad. And when you see that father come in, it's like the children are performing only for the dad.
So
everything around them stop. You know why? Because mummies are there generally. Mummies are there nurturing them, getting them ready for school, putting on the shoes, doing the breakfast. And when the dad steps in, it's like the complementary aspect of what the children are looking for. So, if you think about what a father does, right? They guard, they guide, they protect, they go out and hunt. And then at the end of the day, they hug, right? It's those powerful muscular arms, not the physical arms I'm talking about, but the mental arms that just surround the child. That's what they need. And women can't provide that.
Wow.
So Music for a King, we're celebrating, we're saluting dads. We're bringing them back into the space where they will take their rightful place,
Amazing.
Instead of us women just always hugging the limelight. And I use hugging very, very loosely because Mother's Day, it's like we celebrate Mother's Day every year, every day of the year. But fathers is just a mention, So we're taking the time to salute and celebrate dads.
You're going to be the least favorite person in the Mama's Club this weekend, but it's all good.
Well, I tell you something, I disagree with that, G. I disagree with that, G. I'm the popular one because guess what? I am advocating for giving mamas a break.
John,
I
knew something was up. I knew something was up.
I have an ulterior motive, I tell you. I do.
Trust me. I love it, though. I love it because, again, just like anything and everything, I feel like the people who go through the struggle aren't necessarily going to be the most effective advocates. It is that person who has a voice from the outside, a strong voice, a strong voice that people listen to from the outside that can have that effect a lot of times. So I thank you so much, and the entire cast here. I'm gonna keep it lovely and go down here at Miss Joan Myers. Hopefully she's on the same page too. You know what I mean? Because Jano, that's all I can say. Jano, Joan, what's up? How are you?
I am fine, thank you, sir. How about you?
I am wonderful.
So I am on the same page. I actually was raised in a home with a lot of boys. I've got 7 brothers and 1 sister. My philosophy is that it's not always hard to understand men. I think they're unique. I sometimes will find myself in conversations that allow my other participants to think that I don't speak like a woman. But I think a lot of times our men are unfairly treated in society. We know we have the lazy men around town. But I still think that there are great fathers that are present in our society. And I believe that the place in the home for our fathers is very, very important, because there are many things from a biblical perspective that I believe men are called to lead. And I've always believed that if a man denounces his space in the home as the head of his home, then I think you're giving that space to other things and other spirits to move in. So from a Christian point of view, and I reason from that because I believe God is the one who directs our path. I don't really care what your philosophy is, but there is whatever you believe in. The supernatural power for me is in God. He orders and directs our steps. And I believe there's no better father, not saying if you're not a Christian, you're not a great father, than a father who leads in a godly perspective. Wow. So I share Lorraine's idea that, there are still good fathers out there. And there's many mothers that I will commend that have been in the place of fathers in their homes. But I believe that, as Lorraine said, that Mother's Day is a big deal. Father's Day, like yesterday, was like nothing happening.
Yeah.
Like a regular day,
John.
All the beautiful happenings are happening. And the fathers tend to be, on the it's Father's Day. What about Father's Day? But I want to big up the men who have been great fathers on this platform. Men who continue to strive, and there are men who have been the mother and father in the house. We cannot ignore that.
True.
We still want to pay respects to the men. That
I appreciate it. I know the folks out there appreciate it. I'm going to send a message over to the powers that be. They need to give you 2 ladies a tax break. All right. at least for this year. Sir, Mr. Huntley Brown.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about how heartwarming it is to hear these ladies speak of Father's Day, their take and their tone on this day.
Put it this way, I am so excited, I do not even know what to do with myself, okay? I am in a house, I have my wife and our 4 daughters, so I know my place. And I just have to say, yes, dear, no, dear, whatever you say, dear. So I echo 100% what Lorraine and Joan just said. These are dear friends for many years. And I must give God thanks in that Joan mentioned the God factor. Proverbs 3 verse 6 says, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. And I believe that's what we want to do as men. And I'm grateful to God that this weekend, my wife and our kids made me feel special, man. They made me some wonderful food. They got me for breakfast the whole 9 years. I wish we would have that all year.
Well, we can't. You have to get up.
Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy.
That's true.
Huntley's advocating for Father's Day twice a year.
That's exactly right. A Father's Day for a month,
Yes, man.
So I am so grateful, and I'll be honest, we have a lack of fathers in this country right now. I want to say fathers, anyone can be a biological father, but to be a true man of God, we mean setting the example, being there, being present. And I look back on my own journey. I had a great dad back home who's now in heaven. And I look at so many people, sometimes people ask me, who are your heroes? Who are the people that you look up to? Apart from Jesus being number one, we're talking about Billy Graham. We're talking about in Jamaica, you have Dr. Henley Morgan. I talk about Dr. Morgan all the time, Otis Killings and some more, who in addition to my father, taught me what it means to be a man. Means, that just chasing women all over the place, living a God-centered life of integrity that people can look in your life and they can see Christ shining in everything that you say and do. As they say, reputation is who people think you are. Character is who you are when no one's looking. And I believe we need to have men who are kingdom men, who are living lives that glorify God and demonstrate to the next generation that they can also make a difference. So I'm excited about the program, and I believe we can make a difference in the men who are going to tune in.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And Sir Willie, if I was to, just from my perspective, if I was to look up father, right? I think you'd be, your image would be up there somewhere. You're a family man, always have the kids around. They're always around you. What does this moment, what does this day, what does this time of year mean to you?
This time of year means that we have to be more mentors. We need young. What has happened? We've lost our young men because of the society they're growing in. We, as older men, have to endorse our youth more because they are lost into the internet.
Right.
And I remember when I grew up, if you did something bad from the top of the road, you get beaten, come down. Everybody was concerned. Nowadays, we've lost the village. You didn't even know your next door neighbor. Nobody. So I believe that the men that we have today, the older men, because it's so easy to give up on the youth because we don't understand them. Them is in a different world, different animal.
Yeah.
But I believe that when you talk to them, you can touch their hearts some way. And I believe that we have to now turn ourselves beside looking as family, fathers, but now be mentors and looking at children even more, giving them that love because they will listen to us.
Right.
So that is how I see it. Because we have to, when we used to look up to, when I went to Wilmer's, you see all different people being this and that. You look up to them and you want to be that way. And I find that the communication lacks now. So, I like what Lorraine said and Joan saying in the yes, it's important that men do, but out there, the truth is that a lot of women have to grow their children, you know, and I think that we have to respect our women more. Right. We have to look at all from young, because looking at our mothers, respecting, because that is the greatest disrespect right now. The greatest disrespect right now, and we're seeing it more, is that. Yeah. So I feel that we have to set a guideline to say, boy, listen, treat every woman with that respect.
Right.
Right. So I but I appreciate those what the women say. I would like to have extended, because when my family treat me like a king. I could do no wrong.
The big question really is, have you done any wrong? That is
Well, we're not perfect, but
okay, all right. I hear you.
When somebody dropped the "we're not perfect" line, you know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
Yes.
But I'll say, I hear you say something there, which is in terms of the youth, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. We've heard sentiments over the years, little things like, the kids, what the future look like because of how the children are, the young folks and whatnot. And I'm starting to realize that it is it's a far away vision, because as I sit down and have conversations myself with these young people, I get more and more inspired. I start saying to myself, well, I guess it's not as doomed as I think, because we have a tendency to draw stats from way far around us instead of drawing stats from our immediate circle. I used to tell people, they always talk about the missing fathers, which to me is a myth, because when I was growing up in Jamaica, in my own entire community, and this is just ultra-rious, I'm not trying to slight the plight of those people who grew up in a single family home. But as I recollect, and I think on my neighborhood growing up, there might have been just one home that didn't have a father in it. Right. And it doesn't, when I say father, it may have been a stepfather or whatever the case may be, but I didn't grow up seeing that broken home. Right. So, and I use that analogy just because when we draw our stats from close by, when we think that the world's going away and these kids are, they're losing it. Look to the closest ones to you. Are they losing it? You know what I mean? The closest ones to you, are they making you proud? And if they are, then maybe it's not as bad as we think it is. When it comes to the youth. But we're getting into music for a king. And for those people who haven't heard of it, right? We have a lot of talent on board right about now that we're talking to. Lorraine, talk to me a little bit about the production itself, the event itself, the logistics and all that stuff, and what people can look out for.
Yes. All right. So if you look at the musicians, and this is just a snippet of who's actually coming. So we have Willie Stewart and his friends, right? So there are several other guys, and then there's a young lady. Then we have Bonnie Rose, and we have Huntley, and then we have Joan. So what we did was we tried to find musicians across the genres. We didn't want to be tied into a particular genre of music. We didn't want it to be only gospel. We didn't want it to be only music, instrumentation. We wanted it to be fast paced, but we also wanted to have the feels, the love. And so when I reached out to all of these guys, every single one of them said, look, I am on board. I'm on board. And so with the actual lineup of the singers, and listen, it's not just about music. We have some whole heap of surprises in life. Wow. When I talked to each of the musicians, every one of them said, we're on board. We have to do this. We have to do this for the children. Because the big takeaway for me in putting together this concert, and if you notice, I didn't schedule it on Father's Day weekend, because to me, that is holy time. Spend time with the men in your lives. And the men in your life, could be a neighbor. It doesn't have to be a biological dad, because let's be real. We live in a society with a lot of broken homes. Fathers pass away. Some children never meet their dads. We have divorce. We have all kind of maladies in society that rob children of the wealth of a two-parent household. But every child is connected to a male in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a teacher at school, a neighbor down the street, an uncle, a grandfather. No, it can be argued that with those connections, you have the possibility of abuse and neglect and all kind of stuff. But I am talking about the possibility of filling the gap for children. And so if you look at like Huntley has been doing a tremendous amount of work with youths. Willie, I can't say enough about Willie. Willie comes to my programs and he beat that drum so hard the children are on top of the desks. Willie, you remember that summer camp we did. Even the teachers were standing on top of the desk. I had to shoo the teachers away so the kids could enjoy the program because they were so enthralled by it. And Joan, the same thing. Bonnie Rose has a music program in Jamaica. He's not here. He's actually traveling on the road right now, so he couldn't join us. But he goes into the inner parts of the worst parts of brokenness. Now, I don't know if you know the history of Bonnie Rose, but Bonnie was an orphan. He grew up in a boys' home. And so he knows intimately what it feels like to not have that role model. And it's by the grace of God that he was able to find a mentor and come out to be one of the best classical artists in Jamaica. When you hear Bonnie sing, you just have to stop. If you're driving, you pull off the road because he's just so amazing, So music for a king, we want our men to feel the kingship that they deserve to feel. And if they've made mistakes in the past, we all have a past. We come with a bag of brokenness, We want this concert to be a place where they can say, okay, all of the mistakes we've made before, we're going to leave it here. And the music is going to take us into a better place, a nicer pathway. And we're going to heal ourselves. And in healing ourselves, we can now help to heal and reach out to a child who needs to be healed. You understand? It doesn't have to be a biological children. It can be a neighbor's child. It can be anybody. It can be a child who you meet in the supermarket. If you think about it, G, you walk in the supermarket, right? You see a little boy and you just look over at him and say, oh my goodness, what a handsome little boy. And you just keep walking. That boy is going to go 2 inches higher. He's going to start walking on his tiptoes because somebody, a stranger, gave him a compliment. He said, boy, I like your hair. I like your hairdo. You see, when I go to the barber next week, I went and cut my hair like that. And all of a sudden, you have planted a seed of acceptance into a child. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes passion and a heart to speak to children and help bring them where they need to be in terms of autonomy and in terms of acceptance. You know what I mean? It's not complicated.
Amazing. Amazing, and I'm excited. I'm excited to come check out the show, and I want everybody to who's watching right now, those people listening in Radio Land, to feel the same and come through. Joan, when I was talking to some people, and I mentioned every time I mention the name Joan, them go off in the magnificence of the voice. You know what I mean? And the catalog, the history, and all them like a teens dear. You know, so talk to me a little bit, because I know you're gonna be blessing them with the vocals, but talk to me a little bit about the importance of an event like this from your perspective.
Sure. I've always been passionate about giving back. It's in my DNA. It comes from the home in which I was raised. So I grew up seeing my both parents served. And my father was a pastor, and so was my mom. But as I don't know who mentioned it earlier, that it takes a village to raise a child. I really, really embrace that idea. So for me, I have always believed that giving back is the rent I pay on earth in order to impress or impact other lives.
Wow.
So all my life, I've given back. So when I was asked to do this event, it was not hard. I mean, it's the first I'm seeing Lorraine, like the first. And we've been talking long, in-depth conversation about giving back. And I came to realize that this lady understands that and pretty passionate about it. So for me, at the heart of donating my time lies a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And when I do these things, it really, really, it excites me. It excites me to watch someone smile because they are shown love and they are thought about. Outside of that, I've always believed in a life of principle based on scriptures.
Right.
And I believe God has called and holds us responsible to be advocates of those less fortunate and become light in the darkness. So out of that, it's not easy at times, but it's easy to give. For me, it makes me feel like I've accomplished a world of something. And I don't have children of my own, but I've raised 16 nieces and nephews, and I continue to raise kids that are not mine biologically. But being a father does not necessarily mean you have to be the biological child. Every child needs love. Every child needs someone to look up to. And we are in a world where you don't really see that a lot. And as society continues to de-escalate, we can see how much our homes are de-escalating. We see the issues, the violence in the schools. And a lot of that starts in the home because the absence of the father is there. So I would want to invite our men to come out. You know, as Lorraine said, you know, life happens. We all have journeys. We all have histories. And we just want fathers to feel appreciated. You might not be the best dad. I was watching a video on social media. This guy says he had not seen his father in 30-something years. And he went to see me yesterday, and he's now at stage 4 cancer.
Wow.
And as I watched him trying to go into the house, you know, you could literally feel him breathing so hard, like, you know, how do I face this? So I say to kids, like, you know, you probably don't have the best relationship with your parents. But I've always said, do your part, because sometimes parents kind of rub the kids hard and they respond. But I believe that it's very important that there's always an open door that a child has to be listened to and to listen.
Right.
The art of helping, I believe, is really listening to what the other person says. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. You don't have to give any instruction, but just listen to that heart. And sometimes a lot of things that's happening are the things they don't mention.
Right.
Because they probably are not feeling safe or for whatever reason. And I believe that there's the possibility of this restoration of our fathers and just parents on a whole. We don't want to bash the men too hard.
Right.
You know, there's a place of restoration and healing that our society can offer. And I believe music as medicine helps to do that. So the musical part of it, you know, Huntley has taught me well to sing. So I would make sure to be on my best.
Oh my gosh, it's going. I can already tell it's going to be amazing. Huntley,
yes.
Also as a pastor, before we all came together. I played a song called My Father's Song. And it was a song that I wrote and you know, that's for the upcoming project. And people always ask me about the song. And from my perspective, while we honor the fathers and I honor my father, the words of that song, I'm not necessarily speaking to the fathers. I am talking to the people who have fathers, but whether they're cultured to do so or they just don't know how to do so, they don't celebrate and honor those fathers. So sometimes we're talking to the fathers and we're talking to those people, but sometimes I think we ought to kind of step away and talk to the other people who are affected, whether positively or negatively, because sometimes negative effects are the reasons why they aren't being honored. Sometimes those fathers do their best, but culture, you know, especially in Jamaica, we are cultured. Mommy is 500,000 mama songs, right? Some of them are being sung by artists that mama is not really there, but it's just culture to sing the mama song. But it's also culture to kind of, even if you heal up daddy and daddy good, you give him one of those, big up yourself daddy and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Talk to me a little bit, Huntley. Are not to me, but to not the fathers, but the children who have fathers and why they probably need to get dads and bring them out to an event like this.
Man, gee, we could be here all night. You know, before I respond to that, man, thank you so much for such a great question. I want to say something about Joan. You know, the first time Lorraine and myself spoke, I've known Lorraine for quite a few years. And all of us know, you know, quite a few musicians, but literally around the world, people ask me for recommendation for different musicians. The number one person I will recommend always is Joan Myers.
Wow.
And I mean that sincerely. One, her integrity is top. You know, her husband, he locked out, by the way. He might have a wonderful woman. You better take good care of her. But her integrity is what the world needs to see is number one. Secondly, her voice is just out of this world, by the way. And I believe everyone is going to be blessed by Joan and what she has to say, and the other musicians as well. Some are meeting for the first time, but we're going to have a fantastic time. Wow. But G, your question is a wonderful one. Now, here's what's interesting. I believe that most fathers need to know one statement. Failure is an event, not a person.
Wow.
Failure is an event, not a person. You are not a failure. Yes, you have made mistakes. We have all made mistakes. But that's why God wants you to know that you are not a failure, and the fathers need to know that. Now, regarding the kids, I want to share a story that happened to me last year that I believe will kind of sum up what we're talking about today. You know, I help this school in Aurora, Illinois, that's outside of Chicago. And I go into the classroom each Thursday to talk to the kids about who they are. You know, if you do not know who you are, something or someone is going to define you. And that can get very dangerous because if you allow something to define you or someone, what happens if they change their definition of you? Who are you then?
Wow.
You know, it's like if we're talking about Michael Jordan, I said, okay, who's the greatest basketball player of all time? They say, okay, Michael Jordan. And that's true. I would say, no, okay, Michael Jordan does not play basketball anymore.
Right.
So who is Michael Jordan today?
Yeah.
So you cannot process your identity through what you do for a living. You have to allow God to define you. So I'm in the classroom and I said to the students, I want to see a show of hands. Who believe in yourself? Tell me, do you believe in you? And most of the students raised their hand, but it's one young girl, she kept her hand down. And I said, don't you believe in you? She said, no. I said, no, come on. Don't you believe in you? She said, no, I don't believe in me. I said, why? Well, she did not go into details, but she just kept her head down and she just looked troubled. And I said to her, I want you to know, I believe in you. God believes in you, and he has a plan for your life. And she looked up at me like, really? I said, yes. The next week I came back to the class and same thing again. And this time she looked up at me. The first time she had her head down. This time she looked up and she was holding on to every word that I said to her. And I said to the classroom, I said, guys, you have to understand, okay, I have my wife and I have 4 girls at home. I have a black belt in the martial arts and I'm not afraid to use it. Anybody mess with you, you call me. I am saved, but not that saved. I will add to the right hand and the right to the fellowship. Okay, I want everybody to know that. And I mean, all of a sudden, the life came into her. She felt safe. And the next week I came back, she started raising her hand, started taking part in class. December, end of the year, they had a play. And they play about with Mary and Joseph. She went out and got the lead to play Mary. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes to literally saw the transformation in this woman who did not believe in herself. And I just believe that if all young people can know that their fathers out there who believe in them, you have people like Lorraine, like Joan, like Willie, like myself and others who want you to know that we believe in you and God has a plan for your life. I believe we can change the world.
Wow. Wow. Powerful.
What a story. What a story.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, G, let me tell you, it's not a mystery raising children. Children are very simple. They're not complex. Children want to feel autonomous.
Right.
And when they have a broken situation where one parent is missing, the autonomy goes down the tube. What Huntley just described is a girl who did not learn to be autonomous. She didn't see herself through the eyes of the image bearer, right?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you a quick story following up on Huntley. No, this is from a little children perspective, right? As a not child, a little children. I was teaching 4th grade, and we had a situation where the children, every one of us, when we go to the school bathrooms, right? You hold your nose and you tiptoe because it's not a pleasant place to be, right?
Right.
And so I said to the children, look, we all have to use the restroom several times a day. And why should we make it unpleasant for ourselves and continue to make it unpleasant for the poor janitors who have to clean, right?
Right.
So we had this one lady janitor, and she was a grumpy person. When you walk by her, man, her mouth long from here to Jerusalem. And with good reason, because the children were not very nice.
Right.
So what I would do is I said to them, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call her Miss Barbara, right? That wasn't her name, but I don't want to say her name. So I said to the children, when we walk to lunch, we always pass Miss Barbara cleaning that bathroom in the hallway. So what we're going to do is when we walk by her, children, you're going to say, thank you, Miss Barbara, for keeping our restrooms clean and for keeping our school clean. Thank you. And so when we walk by and Miss Barbara heard the children, I mean, I don't know how she didn't pass out.
Wow.
So she looked up and she grunted when they said it. Okay, well, the next day we passed, we thanked Miss Barbara again. All of a sudden, Miss Barbara started laughing more. And guess what? The bathrooms were spick and span. Now, when we walk by after about a week, Miss Barbara would stop what she's doing and wait.
Wow.
And she started telling the children, thank you.
Wow.
So it's a harmony. Children, they want to feel autonomous, right?
Right.
They started keeping their own bathrooms clean. Toilets were being flushed. Paper was not on the ground anymore because they made a connection to Miss Barbara.
Wow.
It's not that difficult,
And this is, you were a child.
Yes.
When this happened. So it just speaks to me right now where sometimes we think our children are just, little people not thinking, roaming through, going through. How much thought it took. Simple as it is. How much thought it took for a child to come up with that. A child changed the perspective of all the other kids and changed Miss Barbara's perspective.
That's correct. And changed the cleanliness of the bathroom because now she cleaned it twice as hard and twice as because she had to impress the kids.
I love it.
I mean? So it's, I mean, when you think about that conflict resolution, right? In the home where you have a dad, mom and dad are there, right? They have quarrels. I saw a note pop up, a comment pop up, that parenting doesn't come with a manual. We make mistakes.
Yes.
That is the most true statement I've heard in a long time. And so a child who sees parents making mistakes and asking each other to forgive me, I didn't mean what I said. Can you forgive me? Children learn conflict resolution. They learn forgiveness. They learn to do the sun sets and the sun rises and we do it over. We get a new slate to start writing a new page. Children learn how to be gentle with themselves, to forgive themselves, not to hold themselves accountable for every single thing and to beat themselves up every single day. That's what we're trying to project to men. It's like, look, give yourselves a break. Give yourselves a do-over. You made a mistake yesterday. Yesterday is gone. You can't change it. Own it. own it and move on and fix it, and then let's do better tomorrow. You know.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, again, we are talking to Mr. Willie Stewart, Miss Lorraine Tracy. I got Mr. Huntley Brown here, and I got Miss Joan Myers here. And Music is King is our theme today because that's the event that's coming up. Sir Willie, nobody describes an event, especially musical, like you do. I've sat in the audience, I've sat side stage, I've sat backstage, and just your definition of what we're to expect, how you describe what we're about to expect, how you narrate and take us through it, all right, is a show in itself. Take me to the stage right now, right? Because again, we're reaching to the masses right now, letting them know the concept, where it comes from, why it's important for them to be there. Tell a friend to tell a friend, right? For the fathers, to the children, to the fatherless. I think they all need to be there, right? But take me, Mr. Willie Stewart, to that stage. What is about to happen?
I'm going to break it down simply. First of all, where is it happening? Because we're talking and everybody's saying, where is this event happening? Miss Lorraine, I'll come back to you. Could you announce where this fabulous before I could talk about the rest of it? If you don't know, I could talk, we could be here for hours. And if nobody knows, it stays on radio here. So, Miss Lorraine,
you see why I love this man? He's practical, he beats the drums of common sense.
Oh yes.
So the venue of the show is at the Hollywood Community Church off of Taft Street and 441. Saturday, June 21st at 5 p.m. And so you come on out. It's a big room where I don't think anybody will be able to sit from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. So Mr. Stewart, tell us what's going to happen. What's on the menu for that night?
First of all, Mr. Huntley himself.
Wow.
I am personally, when I hear everybody talk about the show, I want to be an audience. I want to forget being a musician. I want to sit down and I want to experience this man tickle the ivories, because I have never had the pleasure to see this man play. I would like front seats to enjoy this moment, because I know him and the piano is one.
Wow.
So I can't wait to see that. I know Joan's brother very well, Benji.
Yes.
In fact, we wrote a song. So I know the family and I know where that's going. So I've heard the voice, but I'm going to really enjoy that voice. And seeing our good friend Bunny Rose, I've never seen him live. So it's a pleasure to have these musicians both from the ministry and also from a heartfelt situation that is so needed at this time, because we are going through so much pressure in all different ways. And music is the escape.
Yes.
Good music that touched the heart and souls of people. And we want to take them on a journey to forget their worries for that 2 hours or 2.5 hours. Or when they hear the piano, it tickles inside them. They feel this energy. When they hear the voice, they can't control themselves. They just shout out and let out. And this music touch, and even the hearts of what we're talking about, the fathers. As you say, they're all different fathers, but they can feel, boy, I'm so proud to be a father. I feel love. Because sometimes, as you say, it's just to say, boy, Dad, thank you. A simple thing like that. Or, Mommy, thank you. We tend to forget the little things that count most. Because it's not the big things. As you said, to change the bathroom, just a kind word. What does it take from us to say something kind? It's not taking for you. It's not hurting your pocket. And I think this is what God is all about, being able to communicate and look at things. And music is the greatest thing on earth that can communicate when words can't.
Wow.
And so to me, with everybody that is chosen on this show, each one is going to bring something special to make the Father himself, the family, and who come to observe it and feel it, be a part of it, be a part of that village, be a part of the story. Each musician has their part to tell the story. And the whole story is going to be one of unity and beautifulness. And most of all, love.
That's
Wow.
So
correct.
all I tell the people, get your tickets now. Don't bother wait, because if you don't make it, you're going to regret it.
Right.
Man. So you see
Right.
what I
Where
mean
can
when I
you
say I
get your
need him to
tickets?
introduce the
Miss
ticket.
Lorraine, I'm
Oh,
sorry to be
yes.
this way, but I have to take out. What time does it start, and where can I get the tickets?
All right. So it starts at 5 o'clock, and I have no prediction of what time it will end. Okay. Because the music is what is going to drive the time. Now, if you think about the greats that are here, right? We have some others who are in the lineup as well. I mean, Wayne Arman is also on the ticket.
Correct.
5 o'clock is when it begins. You can get your ticket directly from the Miramar Realty Group on University and Miramar Parkway if you want a physical ticket. If you would rather go through Eventbrite, you can purchase tickets there too. There is a fee there. But either way, you can call my number at 954-980-4032. That's 954-980-4032 for more information. Now, before I go into the logistics any further, I have to give a shout out to someone who we're going to be honoring that night as well. He is the father of the youth movement in Jamaica. This is Dr. Jerry Gallimore. I don't need to introduce him more than just say his name. Dr. Gallimore has been working with youths for over 62 years. And then he pastored a church for 10 years, and he's still working. This man has given his life to helping young people overcome barriers, find their place, find their rhythm, pursue their passion. I mean, Youth for Christ International is one of those organizations where once you are connected with it, you're a part of it for life. And so we're saluting him with a Lifetime Achievement Award, and he will also be getting a proclamation for the work that he has been doing. So he will be there live in person, and we're going to spend some time honoring him for the work that he has done. We're also giving an award to a lady, not because it's Father's Day and we're celebrating Women G, so don't jump on me. Her. Why? Because this lady, man, she's 101 years old. She was the first Bank of Jamaica employee when Jamaica got the charter way back at the time of independence. Women were not allowed to do anything of substance back then. And so they wanted a man to go. And she was selected after some fight, right? But when I tell you, this lady has been a stalwart in helping youths. And so we're also recognizing her for the pioneer work that she has done, not because she's a father, but because of the work she has done with young boys. Let me tell you, she has a heart and a passion for them. And we're honoring her with a Lifetime Achievement Award as well. Willie knows her very well. Willie knows her for decades and decades and decades. Her name is Faith Constance Hunt.
Fantastic individually. Let me ask you something. If our people who come late and they need to come to the show, will you have a ticket that they can buy at the gate?
Absolutely. So we'll have 2 tables set up. We're going to have, if you purchase a ticket online through Eventbrite and you didn't get a chance to print it out, we will know because we'll have your information. So you can pick up tickets there. If you call me and say, look, I don't do technology, I don't want to go on Eventbrite, but here is my ticket money, you can sell it through Zelle. We will have it available for you to pick up. If you show up at the door and you did not purchase tickets, don't feel bad. Just come with your form of payment and we will have a table set up for people to offer you tickets at that time. So bring the children. What we did not advertise is, and I got this question today, if children would like to drag their parents out, will the children get a discounted ticket? I said, children, if you're hearing what we're saying, grab your parents by the hand and make them take you. You will get a ticket for $20 instead of the $35 or $50 that is advertised. So bring them out and we will have some fun celebrating you as well as the parents.
Oh, Lorraine, tell them what state the concert is going to be in as well.
Oh, Lord.
what state are we going to be in? My friends from around the globe are wondering, what state.
Considering that Mr. Huntley has performed in over 50 countries, that's a very, very important point, because he just came back from a European tour. So yes, it is in Hollywood, Florida, not Hollywood, California. It's real Hollywood, Hollywood, Florida, where music is our life and our heart and our passion. Now, Joan is coming in, Huntley is coming in, Bunny Rose is coming in, and the rest of us are local. So we're excited. We're very, very excited. We do have an international show, if you think about it.
Yes.
Because Huntley, you're in Illinois.
Right.
And Huntley's in Jamaica. And Joan is gonna be in Baltimore, right? Right, Joan? Yes.
Wow.
So yes, we're coming down to South Florida to light it afire with goodness.
And on behalf of the masses that's listening in and those watching, let me first of all thank you all so much for the efforts, because again, you're coming from near and far. It's not driving around the corner for everybody, right?
Yes.
In addition to the efforts that has to go on, I've seen the efforts that go into making productions work. And when you're going to call in the likes of Mr. Huntley Brown, who does what he does on the level that he does it, and you're carrying Mr. Willie Stewart that does it on that level, and Miss Joan Myers that does it, and Bunny Rose, say the rehearsals got to be proper. You got no pressure. Everybody got to be on their A game, and everything is up there. Word is Mr. Huntley Brown be breaking keys like how rock stars break guitars. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So if you haven't seen it, you just haven't seen it. You have no reason, no business, to not be here. All right. And I know you said that there'll be tickets at the door.
Yes.
I've seen this situation before where you talk about them tickets at the door. Just based on who we have right here. We don't have everybody on screen right now, but just based on who we have on screen right now, I'm just gonna say this. Don't take the chances about the whole door thing. You may have to go stand at the door next door and just go and listen, because you can't get in the door. So I implore you all.
Right, G? And try to hear the sound through the scan, right?
And imagine fathers already feel slighted, right? Imagine you show up with your father who you're not gonna give for the last 15 years. Last 15 years, I get him nothing. And then you show up right now with your father just to be told that the ticket them so lot, right? Him gonna look by and say, no, they never have no ticket for money. Yeah, so I'm just saying, don't let Pops be mad at you. Don't let Pops be mad at you. Get your tickets in advance if you can. If you can't, then I understand. But I always implore people to do so, because with the plethora of talent we have and the degree of talent that we have, it might not be there. So do what you gotta do. If you can't, show up. And I'll say, like Mr. Willie always said, when you show up, don't ask for me. Don't call my phone. Call Huntley.
Absolutely. It's funny you should say that, G, because let me tell you, we haven't talked at all about the reason. Well, it's to celebrate dads, but it's also about the Legacy Learning Summer Enrichment Camp. And we haven't spent a lot of time talking about that. And I do want to say that when I spoke with these musicians, and Willie has actually come to the camp, one of the camps that we had was the drumming music camp for the children to learn to appreciate music as an outlet, as a form of art, as a way to learn how to find an outlet for anger or for cooperation when you perform in an orchestra. It's a fine balance of team building and teamwork. But what we do in the camp is we have these various programs where we teach the children autonomy. For example, G, listen to this now. Every child has to eat, right? Every child has to thrive on nourishment. But children get up and they only want to go to McDonald's because that's all they know. So what we do now is we invite mentors to come in from the community. Willie's a mentor, Huntley's a mentor, Joan is a mentor, Bunny Rose is a mentor. And what we do is we say to these children who may not have their dads in the home, or they may not have their moms in the home, or moms are working 2 and 3 jobs just to get them through life. They don't have that mentor. So what do? They play video games and they're connected to to social media, which is so destructive.
Yeah.
We say to them, put the phone down, put the iPad down, and come, let's teach you a skill. So what we do is we say to the professionals, you're a chef. Come spend a week with us. Help the children. Learn how to plan a menu. I'm talking high-end menu, and I'm not talking about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm talking about how to make chicken cordon bleu or how to make tiramisu from scratch.
That's how we do it. That's what we're doing.
Yes. So they prepare the menu. Then I have a maitre d' come in and teach them how to set up a dining room with fine china and linen and stemware glass. What they cook is what they eat for lunch, right? Wow. So we put a boy and a girl and a boy and a girl, and we teach them how to have conversations. So we teach them proper etiquette. And then now, because we know that competition hones perfection, on Friday we pit the children together in what we can constitute as Hell's Kitchen, Junior Hell's Kitchen. So they have to compete now, right? So we bring in the parents and we offer them lunch, right? And the children now have 2 teams and they come together. They have to build a menu. They have to cook the meal. They have to serve it. They have their dining room staff. And then the winning team gets a prize because everybody doesn't get a participation trophy in our summer camp.
Love
right? It. So we teach them those things. We teach them first aid, how to bandage a wound. You fall and you scrape your knee. What happens? You don't run inside and cry. No, you learn how to take blood pressure and how to do CPR. Wow. And then we give them certificates. We show them that when you become autonomous, you become the owner and the writer of your own life story. And that is just 2. We have like 20 camps that we put on. And let me tell you, when you look in there, you see a doctor who is teaching them first aid. Push the kid away and try to learn how to roll a roti dough. How to make dal roti. It's the cutest thing,
I love that.
So we love what we do. We enjoy what we do. We love to feed into the children, and we love to watch the adult, seasoned professional mentors feed into the children in a circle of learning and teaching. It's the most beautiful thing,
Amazing. And that being said, Huntley and I are giving people to, and we teach to, and we like to mentor to, so we can come in and probably teach them how to eat this stuff, because you're teaching them how to cook it and how to prepare it and serve it. So we go roll in and
you got that right.
Eat that stuff.
Yeah, I agree 200%.
Because we're not dropping anything. We got to make sure everything is taught and
of
they
course.
know the right way.
So you see the challenge. You see the challenge that I have.
I see.
I agree, G. I agree 100%, man. Angie, how rude could we be to have them work so hard to prepare that wonderful stuff? Are we not eating?
And we're not eating. Very disrespectful, and that's just not us. That's just not us. No, there are people who are currently, there are kids that are being mentored, kids that are participating. But for those people who are watching right now and that child is not a part of, would like to be a part of, tell us or tell them how they can become a part of or get in contact with the Legacy Learning Foundation.
All right. So the number that I gave earlier, you can contact me. I'm going to give you 2 points of contact. So my phone number is 954-980-4032, or you can email us at Legacy Learning Inc. So that's Legacy Learning Inc. at gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page that you can go on. You can follow us. You can join. And what we're trying to do is, as a teacher, I'm an educator, right? So I'm a retired school principal. And one of the things we do in the field of education is we don't come up with a concept or an idea. We don't reinvent the wheel. When we find something that works, we share it. We use best practices and we invite others to take that idea and run with it. So what we're doing is we're creating new camps every single year. As a matter of fact, in September, I'm putting together a financial literacy workshop. Why? The state of Florida has now designated financial literacy as a mandatory thing for high schoolers. So you cannot graduate without learning financial literacy. It is the most wonderful, most beautiful thing, because if you think about young people, they don't know how to manage credit. They don't know how to balance a checkbook. They don't know how to open an account and keep it. and become financially healthy, right? So what better way than the state is mandating it, so why not make it fun? So a couple of friends of mine who are also educators came up with this idea. So what we're going to do, G, you're going to love this. We're going to teach these kids how to trade penny stocks, right?
Wow.
So here is the thing. From the funds generated at this concert, we're going to offer each child $25. But they have to come with their own 25 because we're not a handout organization. We're a building organization.
Right.
So we offer you 25 and you bring your 25 and we help you to open an account. Now, from that account, we'll teach you how to trade 50-cent stock. You buy some stocks, you may lose it, but you may also get some, some return on your investment. We teach you how to find scholarships for college. We teach you how to make your credit become your friend. We teach you how to develop trade lines. And the goal is a long-term goal, because if we can help you to do that over 4 years, and we show you the benefit long-term, after you go to college for 4 years and you graduate, in 2 years of filing proper tax returns, you should be able to buy your first condo or your first own house, right? Because you've already established credit in high school. You've already established trade lines. You already know how to keep your wealth and watch it grow, right? So what is stopping you? There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So the plan is to have the children look at themselves 10 years, 15 years down the line, figure out where they should be at that point, and then work backwards to see how they can accomplish those goals and find their purpose quick. Find it quick and start walking into it,
I love that. That's nothing short of amazing. And that's a generational change there, because as we see folks right now, an informed child becomes an informed adult, no different from an uninformed child grows up to be an uninformed adult. And we think of all the ways why, our generation, and if we want to break it down to our community, why our community doesn't thrive as much. It's lack of knowledge. And and ego and pride is a thing too. So when people don't know stuff and you become a certain age, you're not confident enough to go try to seek that knowledge right then and there because you feel silly. So when you're coming into your own adulthood and you already are armed with this information, like you said, I could see generational change. I was always concerned about what's going to happen to this real estate market with them building all this real estate and nobody not going by it.
And
but
nobody.
But based on knowledge like this, education like this, I can see. And so I say, there are times when people are worried about the future, but every time I hear something like this or I see little stuff, and I get a little less worried. You know what I mean? I get more and more comfortable with the future and not fear it. So thank you for your efforts, Mr. Willie. Also yourself with your foundation, Joan, giving up your time, Huntley, same here. Thank you so much to everybody on board. And again, before we get up on here, we just want to tell them one more time, because Mr. Willie, how you do it. I'll tell you this, if you describe a carrot, you will have a vegetarian, and that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it.
So Greg, I would ask you one thing. If you could you're going to show the show, correct? Maybe?
I am.
Right. Well, if you could put up exactly what Lorraine said, that they can contact the flyer will go up so people can continue, and about so the youth them can contact. Because I want it to grow. I want this to go around state to state because it's so important what she's doing and the love that she has for children. Others will follow through. So it's so important,
Absolutely.
So let me recap on that. Let me recap on how do you buy a ticket? Well, you can go on Eventbrite and look for the event. You can buy it there. You can come to our office, which is the Miramar Realty Group on University Drive and Miramar Parkway. You can pick up tickets there. You can call me at 954-980-4032, and I will guide you where to go to buy a ticket. You can email at legacylearninginc@gmail.com, or you can Zelle your payment and indicate that you're buying a ticket, and then we will drive the ticket to you. We have kids who are in high school who are willing to come to you and drop off the tickets. So there's no excuse not to purchase a ticket and come out and have some fun, celebrate with the kids.
Right.
So you DoorDash the tickets?
Yes, man.
Lorraine, last thing. If someone come with cash or with a credit card, can they still get in? Are you going to refuse them?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They can
Nobody
get
will
in.
be confused. You can get in. You can get in. You know, it's funny. Our MC is Sophia Nicholson, right? Who is well known in the South Florida community.
Yes.
And she called me. She called me right before I came on air. And she said, Lorraine, I beg you do. I am back in Orlando. And a good friend who is 92 years old, she need a ticket, but she's not going to drive and she don't know how to get it on Eventbrite. So can you call her for me? I call her up. This conversation was going on and on and on. I almost was late for the show. So when I hang up from you, I'm driving over to her house to drop off her ticket because she wants it in her hand. I said,
I love that.
You know,
I love that. I love that. And Mr. Brown, I know you got some stuff going on too. Is there any place, whether it be social media, websites, foundation, that you want to point these folks to before we get out of here?
Say it one more time. Go ahead.
Any foundation, any special stuff you got you want these people to be paying attention to that you want to point them to?
You know, I'll say for this concert or function, I'd maybe point them to, the Legacy Center to start there.
Awesome.
We can save the other ones for later.
Awesome.
There's more, but for this one, I want to point them to the Legacy Center for sure.
Awesome.
Yes.
And Joan, I'm sure you're ready for the stage. You're ready to go burn it down. Again, I'm probably going to be seeing you for the first time, but the name and the reputation precedes. So I'm wearing loose clothing so we can jump on. Come on, jump on on so enjoy the vibe. You know what I mean?
I want to say, Huntley,
yeah, man.
If I'm playing the drums, when the time comes in the last shoot, if you see me stop, is that I'm mesmerized when I hear the keys. I remember a trumpeter came one day in my band.
Yeah.
And when the man played, I said, man, nobody have to play a note because the music was so fulfilled. And I know with that piano, that's going to happen. So it's going to be a beautiful coming together. I really respect that. And Joan too, and everybody in coming together. I think it was going to be a lovely family reunion.
Oh, yes.
About enjoying
I have to tell you a quick little thing before we end. So as I'm talking, right, to my friends, because this is a fun thing that we're putting together.
Right.
A couple of my friends said, "Oh my, I've always loved Grace Trillers. I love Willie Stewart. I love Huntley Brown. I love Bunny Rose. I've always wanted to sing with them. Can we sing? Can we sing with them?" I said, "Can you sing with them? What? They're professionals. Do you think they would allow us to do a little backup to one song?" So I threw it out to the musicians. Guess what? Everybody, oh yes, no problem. So we have a little play backup group. Fulfilling their lifelong dreams of singing with the masters, So thank you guys. I really appreciate you doing
You're
that.
welcome. But G, before you run, G, I have a little bone to pick with everybody. G, can you imagine they never asked me to sing? Can you believe that? They never asked me to sing because they heard me sing like, "I see trees of green, roses green, I see their blue, yes."
There's no respect.
None. That's right. That's no respect, G.
The proof is in the pudding.
Oh my gosh. And drop the date one more time, just because I see a lot of people just coming on. Drop the date one more time and the address, please.
June 21st, which is this coming Saturday at Hollywood Community Church on 441 and Taft Street from 5 p.m. until about 8 o'clock. We're going to be jamming with the best of the best of the best musicians and with just people who are full of heart for children. You cannot get a better combination than that. And saluting the fathers, the rightful kings of the castles in their homes. That's what we'll be doing this Saturday.
Can't wait. And I implore everybody watching right now to share the link. Don't be stingy. Don't be selfish. Share the link so somebody else can see it. A lot of people are doing what they do and they watch it after. So share the link so everybody can come on and do the thing. Again, make sure you come out, have a good time. We're going to have them steel reinforced keys from Mr. Brown because word is he likes to wreck them. So, so we're going to make sure we have the thing proper. Guys, thank you so much. On behalf of myself, on behalf of Homegrown G Cole, Jamaicans.com, thank you all so much for sharing this. I think it's not only going to be entertaining, a fulfilling evening, but a very, very necessary evening. So for that, I just want to say Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us the time. Thank you so much.
Pleasure,
And
pleasure,
you keep
pleasure.
doing the good work. You're
I'll
amazing.
try.
Your voice carries a lot of weight.
Thank you so much. We'll do. And again, come out Saturday. Come have a good time. It's probably going to be one of those memorable events you can ever attend. Again, not just for you. Bring dad out. Bring baby fathers them doing it because I'm telling you, the baby father. Big up everybody, all fathers. Bring them out. I don't want him in a leg. I know he used to whoop you, but you know, I digress. And by the way, for all the people out there who have a little grievance with dad because dad used to whoop you, he was the disciplinarian. I'll leave you with this. Mama sanctioned the hit. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. I must go. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I will see you all on Saturday. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Looking
Much
forward.
love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do what we do. It's time to go. I want to thank you all so much. My special guest,
Happy Father's Day.
Lorraine, Joan, Willie, Huntley. I can't wait, man.
You quietly here.
Thank you all, everybody, for locking in. Angela, large job. Lamar, what's up? This Beverlyn.
Not to say that your family doesn't care. I don't know. Yeah. How does it feel to see the whole world celebrated?
Nakikinika música, Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.
Oh, yeah. I want to recognize, I hope you realize there's no way that I